Pottawatomie County Commissioners approved tax incentives this week for a new business just east of Manhattan. KMAN's Bernie Fancella has more on that story.
Pottawatomie County Commissioners on Monday approved tax incentives for a future auto dealership to be located south of U.S. Highway 24 near Excel Road. The new business, called Flint Hills Motor Group, will offer service and detailing in addition to auto sales. It will receive from the County Community Improvement District and Industrial Revenue Bond incentives. The CID incentive will impose a 3/4-cent sales tax over 20 years, which the dealership will use to cover the cost of marketing and updates mandated by its corporate partners. Shanna Goodman, Executive Director at Pottawatomie County Economic Development, spoke in favor of the leadership. She said this project will include a $10 million to $12 million capital investment. It will create 73 jobs, 58 direct and 15 spinoff. It will increase county retail sales by $47 million potentially in the first year and a $6 million increase in the county's property tax base in the first year. For News Radio KMAN, I'm Bernie Fancella.
The Manhattan-Ogden School Board on Wednesday accepted the city's proposed Reinvestment Housing Incentive District on Little Kitten Avenue. An RHID is a program that helps a community to support the construction of new housing by giving property tax revenue from a new development back to the developer to cover the cost. The motion passed on a 6-1 vote last night. Board member Christine Waxelman was the lone board member to vote against the measure.
There's a number of reasons I'm not particularly in favor of this project, none of which have any bearing on my vote, other than the decision is based on whether we want to defer that income or not, and I do not.
The City of Manhattan, to fill housing needs, plans to build housing on Little Kitten Avenue on 26 vacant lots, which have been undeveloped for years. The city approved a resolution to establish the RHID on May 20th. The school district had 30 days to block or approve the resolution. Riley County Commissioners will next vote on the matter sometime this month. Manhattan Parks and Rec officials are preparing a draft survey to gauge public interest on indoor aquatics. The survey comes as the city considers a potential ballot measure in 2026. Director Aaron Stewart spoke with the Parks and Rec Advisory Board this week about some of the questions that center around funding.
One of the things we were charged with, what sources of tax revenues would you be preferred? And so we originally this question was paired, and through some conversations, we're talking about splitting it out into construction versus operation.
The survey also would ask residents where they would prefer a potential indoor aquatic center to be located.
Obviously, we want to construct something that people would use and use frequently. What's the preferred location? The caveat to this question is obviously if we're going to have Seco Park on there, we're going to have to get permission from the county.
The survey is being designed to be about 10 minutes and would be mailed to residents, similar to the Move MHK proposal last year. Parks and Rec has not yet provided any specific time frame for getting that survey completed. Neighborhoods around town will celebrate Manhattan Day this weekend with picnics, block parties, ice cream, and more. The holiday is an annual celebration of the city's neighborhood communities, and this year falls on June 7th. The Mercury invented the celebration over 20 years ago. It's supported by Dillon's and the City of Manhattan. The city waives its usual fees relating to block parties, blocking streets for the event. This year, Manhattan Day is also sponsored by Manhattan Broadcasting, Walmart, and Hy-Vee. The grocery chains, along with Dillon's, agreed to donate buns and hot dogs for cookouts in local neighborhoods. Those who reserve buns and hot dogs by the May 28th deadline will need to go to the Flint Hills Bread Basket between noon and 4 p.m. on Friday to pick them up.
This podcast is supported by Progressive, a leader in RV insurance. RVs are for sharing adventures with family, friends, and even your pets. So if you bring your cats and dogs along for the ride, you'll want Progressive RV Insurance. They protect your cats and dogs like family by offering up to $1,000 in optional coverage for vet bills in case of an RV accident, making it a great companion for the responsible pet owner who loves to travel. See Progressive's other benefits and more when you quote RV insurance at Progressive.com today. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Pet injuries and additional coverage and subject to policy terms.
Good morning, I'm Mitch Fortner with sports. International basketball player Elias Rapiak has announced that he is going to be playing basketball collegiately at K-State. The 6'8 German has been one of a few under-21 players in Europe to log consistent EuroLeague minutes, playing for Alba Berlin. He appeared in 27 games during the 24-25 season, averaging 4 points, 2 rebounds, and assists per game, and is the second international commit this offseason, joining Serbian guard Andre Kostic. In total, K-State's roster now is 13 of 15 possible scholarship players. KU men's basketball has announced its non-conference schedule for the upcoming season, and it is a gauntlet. KU will visit North Carolina on November 7th, followed by a matchup against Duke on November 18th in Madison Square Garden. It also includes a home game in Allen Fieldhouse against UConn, a neutral site game against the Missouri Tigers, and a true road matchup at NC State. 16 home games scheduled for KU this upcoming season. 6 in the non-con. Green Bay, Texas A&M Corpus Christi, Princeton, Yukon, Townsend, and Davidson. Due to inclement weather in the St. Louis area, Wednesday's game between the Cardinals and Royals at Busch Stadium has been postponed, so the two teams will play a split doubleheader today. Game 1 at 12:45, Game 2 at 6:45. The Texas Longhorns take Game 1 of the Women's College World Series in Oklahoma City. Final score 2-1. Texas, with a win today, will win the national championship. Texas Tech will need to win the next two. Game 2 tonight at 7 o'clock. And it was an overtime win in Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Finals for the home team Edmonton Oilers. A comeback win. Final score 4-3 over the Florida Panthers. Game 2 Friday night. I'm Mitch Fortner with sports.